Get drinks too. Oo. Pampalakas. We'll rename it as Cocktails at FDCP Talks. Charot. Ayan. Alright. Thank you so much for gracing us for tonight. We're all excited. We're all reeling. I was here in the seats. We're all very kilig and very, on the edge of our seats. And I'm sure our audience has a lot of questions for a lot of you. But firstly, I'd like to first ask the question. Maybe for everyone. Well, how does it feel? That now the film was released online, correct? And now we're seeing it in theaters, and of course now that you're here with the audience, how does it make you feel? And now that you're back in the theater.
No, I believe we're very grateful kasi while we were watching, we kept on hearing the audience's reaction, and yun yung nakakamiss. Yun yung na-miss talaga namin, especially with the Gameboys, because we started nga at the start of the lockdown 2 years ago, and then we shot this movie last year. Still may pandemic. I mean, hanggang ngayon naman may pandemic. But I mean, yung lockdown, yung medyo mataas yung restrictions niya. So I'm just very grateful to experience an audience na parang it reminded me or us na we make movies or we tell stories so that people can actually watch in a bigger screen and with lots of audiences. Sana yun naman yung hino-hope talaga ng every filmmaker or every artist. So we're just very thankful sa FDCP kay Chair. Thank you for the opportunity talaga. So yun. Sir Ash.
Kung ano pong sinabi ni Derek. Well, before pandemic, pag may pelikula ako, parang nanonood ako lagi sa iba-ibang sinihan kasi iba-iba lagi yung reaction ng mga tao. Parang yun yung nakakamiss talaga, parang pre-pandemic. So, parang nung lockdown kasi, nung pinalabas yung Gameboys, parang dahil walang ganon, paragi kami nanonood ng mga reaction videos ng mga YouTuber. Tapos parang kanina nung nagre-react yung mga audience, hindi ko alam kung fan lang ba talaga sila ng Gameboys kaya ganyan yung reaction nila. Napanood na siguro na ito or genuine yung mga first. May mga first time ba nakapanood dito ngayon or ayun ba? So, ayun, parang iniisip ko kanina, baka naman mga fans lang din to talaga ng Gameboys sa panood na nila, tapos parang gusto lang nila ng reaction. So, ayun, so sobrang saya lang na napanood din sa big screen with live audience.
Next up, Sir Miggy.
Well, same. Hi guys, sorry, hello lang. Hello. Good evening. Same, very grateful. Sobrang surreal na experience. And to have, syempre, Direk Percy, Direk June, of course, Direk Ivan, Ash, to be with us na mapanood namin ulit together. It's a different experience, and ayun nga, again, na-miss ko na manood ng pelikula na may mga taong kasama. So, yeah, I hope you guys liked it.
Hello po, good evening sa lahat. Salamat sa pagpunta. Ako, sobrang, yun nga binubulungan ko si Miggy. Sabi ko, iba pala yung feels. Iba talaga yung feels kasi first time lang din talaga namin manood na magkakasama rin kami na big screen kahit pa paano. Sayang lang hindi kompleto, pero sobrang, ha? Hindi kasi nakakatampo, Mars. Hindi, pero sayang. Sana magkaroon ulit ng screening. Ayun. Sana na-appreciate nyo guys. Sobrang, kung alam niyo lang kung gano'n namin pinaghirapan to sa production, grabe. Kaya sobrang nakaka-proud ang idea first, buong production, lahat. So, yun.
Oo,
Okay, first.
may nakikita ako na naka-merch ng Gameboys.
Yeah.
Yes! Dito. Well, syempre, una sa lahat, gusto ko lang magpasalamat sa lahat na nandito and for having us as well. Maraming salamat po sa opportunity, Miss Liza. Thank you po. And sobrang surreal yung feeling na first time ko kasi makita yung movie sa gandong screen. And aside from telling stories, no, like what Direct Ivan said, you also wanna affect the audience kung ano yung pinagdadaanan niya. And I think yung pelikula na to, since nakita ko yung reaction nyo in person, masaya ako kasi naapektuhan kayo nung pelikula. Yun lang. Salamat.
Thank you so much, and we're all very stoked. You know, we were so excited. I was with the audience all the way, and grabe, sobrang everyone was so kilig and everything. Also laughing at the jokes too. So maybe another question for Direk Ivan and also Sir Ash. The film was brought about by a series that went viral. I mean, I've seen like the reaction videos from Sweden, from America, from the US as well. And so we kind of want to do a backtrack, you know, of what happened from then and then how it is now and how it became finally this full-length film.
Okay. Walk back memory lane, no? Well, to start off, I think the reason why first nagkaroon talaga ng Gameboys, it was an idea from Directs June and Percy, no, kasi kasagsagan nung BL, yung Together series, yun yung putok, sobrang peak ng Together series na yun. And at the same time, nung nag-lockdown, syempre, all of the employees of Idea First, no, including the 5 of us, syempre, nagkaroon ng fears na what's going to happen to us, what's going to happen to our industry. And the main purpose why talagang naisip yun nila Directs June and Percy is to provide jobs for us. I think that's the number one talaga goal. And then nagkataon lang na putok yung BL, and then the idea was bakit wala pang BL na classified sa genre na yun na ginagawa ang Pilipinas. So yun yung idea. So doon na nag-start yung brainstorming with Ash, with Directs June and Percy, with Sir Elmer. And then yun, the funny thing was we thought when the proposal was kumbaga nasabi sa amin, we thought that we're going to shoot it like after 2 months, because thinking that the pandemic will end by 2 months. And then Direct June told us that no, you're going to shoot it online. So the idea was very it feels like medyo strange yung dating sa akin kasi how am I going to shoot this series online? So I am the least techie person, I believe, in the company. So I do not know how do I shoot this? So that's why the very first episode of Gameboy season 1, we shot it 5 times because honestly, I didn't know what I was doing the first time that I was directing Elijah and Kokoy on my computer, and we were via Zoom, and then we had cell phones, and I was instructing them what to do, but thinking that I do not know what I'm doing. No, but eventually we got the hang of it, and then we really didn't realize that it would become, I guess, successful. Kasi nga we didn't expect, hindi namin in-expect na maging ganun yung reception. I mean, the plan was only doing 4 episodes, and then 4 became 6, 6 became 8, 8 became 10, and then it ended with 13. But actually it didn't end with 13 because there's an extra episode, 13.5, and then you have the movie, the Gameboys the movie. You have a spin-off series of Pearl, which is on Pearl Next Door, which is on YouTube right now. You can stream it, and then not promote. And then and of course another spin-off with Pathirsty, which is the spin-off movie of Achilles and Pearl, which is now streaming on Viva Max Plus worldwide. So please download it. so please. So I mean, yung universe sobrang lumaki siya without any plan. So I mean, hindi namin alam na makakarating kami sa ganung aspeto. And even the first season of Gameboys is now on Netflix worldwide, and it was shown in I believe direct in Japan, no? And then in Singapore, mas nauna pa nga sila kaysa sa atin, di ba? And then, yun, so parang medyo mind blown talaga yung naging buhay ng Gameboys. And hopefully, sana magpatuloy pa rin siya. Okay, mahaba po.
It's good. Sir Ash, any thoughts on the movie?
Ang dami nang sinabi ni Ivan. Ano ba, parang sobrang excited talaga ako nung first time na sinabi sa akin nila Direct June na gagawa kami ng BL. Kasi lagi ako nagpo-propose ng BL kasi pangarap ko talagang gumawa ng BL. Kahit hindi ko pa nga alam yung term ng BL, gusto ko nang gumawa ng rom-com, ng mga bakla. Ganyan. Tapos, kaya nung parang tumawag doon si Direct June gawa daw ng BL, sobrang excited ako. Ganyan. Pero hindi, yun nga katulad ng sinabi niya, hindi ko in-expect na i-shoot siya during pandemic. Yung first na drop ng mga script, parang hindi siya ganyan sinulat, parang may basta may mga pumapasok pa sa screen ng mga ibang characters, gumagalaw-galaw. And apparently hindi siya syempre kaya kasi nga kailangan i-shoot siya sa bahay. So, I think nakailang revision din ako until sa nakuha namin yung parang gusto naming mangyari for the pilot episode. Yung pilot episode nga 10 minutes lang siya kasi parang balak nga namin 4 episodes lang siya, tapos 10-minute lang talaga. Pero nagulat kami nung reaction nung... Ayun, nagulat kami. Nagulat na lang din kami nung reaction nung pinalabas yung episode 1, yung pilot episode sa YouTube. Ang daming reaction, tas parang nag-trend siya ng... Hindi rin namin alam kung paano siya bigla na lang ang bilis niyang umalat. Tapos nung mga sumunod na dami nag-tweets, ang dami ng demand, dapat daw may theme song, dapat daw habaan, ganyan. Tapos ang dami na lang mga suggestion na oo nga bakit hindi natin gawin yun. Tapos yung para episode 2 may theme song na kami, montage na agad, ganyan. Parang kasama din namin na nag-grow kami kasama ng audience. Parang we listen lang din sa gusto nila, na hindi naman din syempre na parang kino-compensate yung storytelling, ganyan. Sobrang saya lang ang haba ng narating ng Gameboys from pandemic na siya 2020 hanggang ngayon 2022 na po. Wala lang. Parang nagsasabi ko. Ayun, so parang sobrang nag-open din siya ng maraming opportunity sa amin lahat yung Gameboys. So sobrang thankful kami, parang ayun, kaya actually ganito akong Bataan, kagabi lang sinabi sa akin na punta rito, pero parang ayun, gusto ko lang siyempre pasalamatan yung audience na nagdala sa amin dito, tsaka yun, Happy Pride.
Alright. So at this point, we're ready to entertain questions.
Happy Pride, everybody. And it's also nice kasi na-miss ko sila Direx, June, and Percy, after more than 2.5 years. Thanks to Miss Lisa here for Pride Month. And yun, also na-monitor ko rin kasi yung Gameboys na ever since na, di ba, direct June? June din siya, no? June 2020. Nung nilaunch niya. May. Or May. Oh, di ba yun? I was just thinking na, kasi nga, ang bilis din niya nagkaroon ng season 2. I think because of the clamor na rin, of the Gameboy Nation, which, infected talagang... May pandemic tayo since sa health, pero may pandemic din na gumagalaw sa BL. No? I think yun yung naging kaya kinagat kagad ng masa yung Gameboy. So, do you think yung film is like parang season 3? Kasi parang feeling ko, di ba? Kasi yung kaya every time na we have a new season coming up, parang the audience is also excited. Di ba? Ano yung next na nangyayari sa mga lives ng ating exciting characters. So do you think that the film was like a season 3 or is just like para magkaroon lang ng movie version? This famous BL series.
Okay. I think po it's an independent parang unit labas po ng season 2, although the movie is actually a more focused cut of season 2. So if you watch season 2, which is now streaming on KTX and Vio Max Plus right now po, lahat po ng episodes nandun na po. Sorry, you'll get a sense of you'll get a sense of the movie at doon galing yung mga eksena from season 2. Nagkaroon ng movie because the material was so rich, and again it was the idea of Direct June and Percy. Again, when we were shooting this, we were shooting talaga for the season 2, and then because it felt so special, and lahat kami nandoon na parang it was kind of an emotional experience kasi like being on lockdown, tapos ang tagal namin hindi nagkikita, tapos nagkasama-sama kami yung pamilya doon. So why not, kumbaga i-maximize natin kung ano pa pwede nating ikwento dun sa material na kinukuhanan namin. And because of our editor, Benjamin Tolentino, na mold niya itong pelikulang to na separate from season 2. So I believe na independent siya, mapapanood mo yung pelikula as it is. But of course, if you watch season 2, I guess mas mga more characters ang ma-explore kasi sa season 2 eh. You get more of the Wesley and Terrence love story, yung pagkakaibigan ni Pearl and Achilles. So you get to experience it more on season 2. But here it's really more focused on Gav's journey, at yung Gav and Kyril's journey na first time nilang magsama sa isang bahay. So mas nandun siya nakafocus.
Any more questions?
If I also may add, sorry. Ang galing din ng pahabol lang feedback din. Ang galing din ng ninyo the visuals. Diba? Online sa computerized, and talagang feeling ko world class yung dating. Hindi tayo nalalayo sa Hollywood version. If you I'd like to commend yung team who did all the effects, na parang nagkaroon na rin kayo ng Gameboy apps and all, no? Parang if you saw the film Searching, di ba? Yung Lost Daughter and all, tapos parang gano'n na rin yung dating ng film nyo eh. So, I'd like to commend the team for doing, kasi siguro na-enjoy din namin yung visuals at the same time.
Ayun, sorry. Yes. Siguro susundan ko yung direction ng questions ni Mars. I was also part of that audience watching at home as Gameboys was developing as a show. And yun na nakita ko yung interactivity niya with the audience, both local and international. Tapos parang everybody was curious, the creatives all around who were in the similar situation. They were all, jobless and trapped, diba, in this new situation. So para siyang breath of fresh air. I mean, like, I was really like, fanboy on the show while it was happening. Kasi nga, it gave a lot of, inspiration in terms of, the mental health. Tapos yun nga, to keep at it, whatever happens. My question is, because the show became like a pioneer, and at the same time, it was appreciated for the innovations, no? Because the actors were actually, they became filmmakers talaga kasi shooting sila in their own houses. They were, it's crazy, how you did it. And I was also closely watching the cast because they were, I guess, also developing as the show was happening, no? So my question was, when you have to do the movie already, did you have an extra pressure, or was there an extra challenge to keep at the innovation? Because the limitation last time became the main innovation of the show, na talagang hindi sila nagkikita-kita, and yet there was this strong connection, there was this strong character work, there was innovative filmmaking, there was communal filmmaking, and now you're, like you said, it's a reunion na nagkita-kita na kayo, I'm sure. And yet, yun na nga, what do you do next? Diba? So was there a challenge, or you just said, no, this is more of a different kind of thing, this is, we're shooting in one location and stuff like that. So I just wanted to know what, I guess, kina Percy, kina June, like, meron bang extra ambition itong magiging film just because there was already a strong, I guess, clamor and also at the same time, pressure, no? So yun lang question ko sa iyo, Ivan, and the creatives.
Thank you, Direk. To be honest, when nag-greenlit yung season 2, I was very scared. At the same time, syempre na ngayon lang nila nalalaman. Pero I was so scared, and at the same time, I had, of course, I had doubts because parang feeling ko na dahil naikwento na namin. Feeling ko kasi nung nagtapos yung season 1, feeling ko na ikwento na namin lahat ng possible na pwedeng ikwento. So nung nagbe-brainstorm for season 2, and I'm sure Ash then felt the pressure of, you know, at least sana at par yung maisulat niya yung in terms of yun nga yung innovation ng filmmaking. Paano na parang feeling ko magkakaroon ba ng same magic yung season 1 sa movie or sa season 2. But I guess I jumped on it agad-agad, realizing na first, of course, it was an opportunity to continue this beautiful story, no? And when I read the scripts of Ash, I was blown away kasi parang sabi ko, oh my God, pwede pa pala magpatuloy yung kwento sa labas nung screens, ng computer screens. Kaya mas lalo akong na-pressure. Of course, there's always pressure. More of fear. Nung nagsisimula yung pre-prod ng season 2 kasi mag-work kaya yung it's a different kasi story. Yung season 1, ang fear ko nun is magkakaroon ba ng chemistry yung mga tao sa isa't isa kasi hindi naman sila magkakasama. At nung naging successful siya, so sabi ko, okay, possible pala yun. Pero natakot ako nung magkikita-kita na sila, may chemistry kaya sila in person. Yun yung fear ko kasi baka hanggang split screens lang, hanggang computer screens lang, pero pagdating in person, syempre may iba na yung dynamics ng lahat. But because we were so excited, not only for the story but to see each other, ramdam namin yung hunger at yung pananabik sa pagtuloy lang ng kwento. Hindi na namin siguro po inisip na, it needs to be innovative or it needs to be very visually pleasing or, feeling ko, na lang yan kumbaga darating tayo sa point na yun, pero I think the main focus was, telling the heart of the story because nagkaroon ng opportunity to tell this kind of story na hindi natin nakikita on mainstream cinema. For me, mas inuna po yung heart ng kwento rather than ma-pressure dun sa pagiging innovative at kailangan matop namin yung season 1. Kasi feeling namin, hindi na namin magagawa yung season 2. Like, parang na siya parang, I don't know, like an artifact. Or like, hindi I don't think magagawa pa namin yun. Especially experiencing, person-to-person shooting. Parang one-of-a-kind experience yun. We're very grateful. Pero napakahirap po kasi talaga nung season 1, shooting it, and but we're still very grateful. Yun po.
Yes, Chair.
I have questions for our actors. So for some of you, Gameboys have become your launching pad for to be like one of, it's interestingly enough, mainstream actors, diba, in the middle of the pandemic. So how did that feel, and how do you think that Gameboys can help you sa mga next projects ninyo? And meron ba kayong fear? Alam mo, tanong no? Kasi actor din ako. Meron ba kayong fear na mababox kayo kung sa stereotype kayo na ang mga gagawin yung mga pelikula LGBT films lang? Let's start with Adrienne. Ayan, cool. As a fellow actress.
Hello. Hello po. Thank you for that wonderful question. Medyo kinabahan ako ng slide. Hinapin na natin to. No, but I just want to say, Gameboys to me holds a special place in my heart. Not just because it made a dent in my career or like internationally acclaimed or something like that, but to me it opened my eyes to a lot of things that I wasn't really aware of. I learned a lot. And it created also a community kung saan pwede pag-usapan yung mga personal, nanginig ako. Yung mga personal experiences, no? Malaking impact talaga siya para sa akin. Mga personal experiences ng mga tao, and as simple as pag naririnig ko or like may nagtutweet sa amin na na-overcome nila yung start ng pandemic, which is sobrang hirap talaga. Na-entertain sila. Sobrang grateful talaga ako dun. Sa akin, tutuloy ko to because Gameboys gave me a purpose somehow. Yeah, it did. And I'm truly grateful, of course, to the Idea First. Sila yung nakaisip nito. At sa lahat ng sumuporta from the get-go, thank you so much. Hindi ako magsasawang pasalamat. Yun lang.
Grabe no, pang Miss Universe naman yun. Pressure Pressure pang Miss Universe. Hindi, pero kasi guys... sige. Salamat Okay, sa akin, sobrang, diba, hindi ko ma-explain. Sobrang, ang dami ko kasing pinagdaanan bago ko makarating ang Gameboys talaga. Sobra. Ang dami. Sobra. Hindi lang alam. Pero, ayun, sobrang thankful ako na alam mo yun, dito pa rin talaga ako tinadhana ni Universe. Na kailangan, kung may pangarap ka, kailangan mo talaga siya ipaglaban. Mas lalo na kung mahal mo siya. Kasi, syempre, pandemic, lahat tayo walang ginagawa, walang trabaho. So, feeling ko, doon ko nasabi na nilabang ko talaga. And sobrang thankful din ako kay Direk Ivan kasi inalagaan niya talaga ako. Actually, ng buong prod nila, Direk June, nila Direk Percy, parang, ito talaga yung masabi mong family na kahit magkamali ka, hindi ka nilayaan, sasamahan ka nila bumangon. At sobrang haba nung journey. At yung sa question po sa, kung mababox po sa role, ako hindi na rin po ako takot kasi napag-usapan na rin po namin ni Direk Ivan yun. Yun nga po yung challenge, parang okay, sige, same vibe pero paano mo ma-differentiate yung character na to sa character dito? Yun yung challenge sa akin yun. So, syempre pag kunyari nag-inarte ako na hindi ko tinagap. So, parang kumbaga sa akin as an actor parang okay, hindi ko tinagap yung challenge. Ano nang next, 'di ba? So, ayun, sobrang thankful talaga ako sa Gameboys. At ang dami kong natutunan sa, yun nga, nung nag-shoot din kami ni Direk Ivan, binibigyan niya ako ng advices na, anak, magagamit mo to sa mga susunod mong shoot, yung pagdugtong-dugtong ng mga kwento. And sa mga shoots ko ngayon, naalala ko lagi si Direk Ivan kasi ako nga, tinuro ni Direk Ivan. So, ayun, salamat Direk. I love you. I love you, Idea First Fam. Medyo iba, ang lakas Medyo lakas
Mismo, bus ko na nga Ayun. Siguro start ko na lang sa pagiging nag-start kasi ako sa pagiging actor since I was 8 years old. Tapos, kept on working until lumaki ako. Tapos until nag-stop ako medyo sa pag-artista kasi nag-college ako. Nag-take ako ng film and then after graduating, hindi ko na alam yung gagawin ko ulit. Kasi parang, itutuloy ko ba yung career ko na iniwanan ko sa in front of the camera or wanna be behind the camera. So ngayon yung pandemic, tumama siya, I felt hopeless. Parang walang rason for me na kung anong gagawin ko talaga. And then Gameboys came. Kokay called me na para mag-audition for Wesley. And then yun yung naging reason na parang I was very hesitant kasi ang tagal ko nang hindi humaharap sa camera ulit. And then, ito na, Gameboys happened. I was really panicking while shooting kasi ito na yung parang, at least nagkaroon ako ng background na makapag-shoot man lang ng mag-isa na ikaw mag-PD, ikaw mag-ilaw, ikaw rin yung mag-send. Yung pag-send, sobrang hassle talaga ng pag-send sa Telegram. Ayun, it really gave me hope. Binuhay niya yung chance na pwede ko mapuntahan na ako mismo hindi na rin naniniwala sa sarili ko. And to have Direct Percy, Direct June, Direct Ivan na sabihin sa akin na meron kang purpose, na meron kang pwedeng ipakita. Sana ituloy yan. And until tumagal, until it happened, also season 2, mas lalong nabuhay yung vision ko as an actor na parang nandito ako. I feel like this is where I belong. So, might as well do it. I mean, there's no time to be scared. There's no time to be, to think about the unnecessary things. Parang to have a good company then with my good co-actors, ang laki nung, like to have generous actors to work with, parang ang laking bagay na makita mo rin sila to grow na pare-pares kayo ng tinatahak na daan at saka may kanya-kanyang daan na rin silang tinatahak na nandyan kayo to support each other. And with the LGBT like films, yes, I mean no doubt. Kasi parang yun yung isa sa mga magiging example namin na parang pwede namin ikwento yung mga kwento na hindi naririnig at dapat nilang marinig. So, yeah, sobrang laki nung laking deserve nun. Yes, yun po. Thank you.
Follow-up question. Para naman di ba? Yung mga butterflies sa stomach. Okay, medyo challenging yung next question ko. So, alam naman natin ngayon, Tom Hanks recently released an article about actors, straight actors playing gay roles or LGBT roles. And he said na parang if Philadelphia was done in this time, he wouldn't accept it because he feels that there are other actors who deserve to play the role because they identify as that particular either their identity or sexual orientation. What is your take on that? I mean, should gender identity and social orientation, sexual orientation, be prioritized more than talent or the story? Or anong take nyo doon? Bilang aktor at bilang part ng mga ngayon talagang nagiging mainstream na ng mga series sa atin. And yun yung goal kasi natin di ba? So, laging magkakaroon ng ganong pag-uusap in terms of casting. Ayan. Go ahead.
Okay. I totally get it. I totally get the yung press release about it. But I have to say though that para sa akin kasi equality for all. Nagigets ko na mas okay, syempre, kung same na pinagdadaanan ng tao and sexual orientation is also important. But more than anything, yun nga, kailangan mo maikwento yung story in a way na ma-affect mo yung audience. Makaka-relate sila. So para sa akin po, equality for all lang. Balance lang talaga. Ganun din naman po kami, even sa Gameboys.
Wow. Hindi, sa akin naman, feeling ko kung ako pa rin, gagawin ko pa rin si Achilles. And walang problema doon. Kasi, paano kung yung ibang actors gusto nga nilang maging, superhero, maging, sino ba yung mga The Grinch? I mean, feeling ko hanggat kaya mong gampanan, go lang. Pero minsan talaga, meron talaga hindi para sa'yo. At alam ko yun, nakita ko yun na minsan may role na hindi para sa'yo. Pero pag kaya mo naman, why not, diba? And yun naman yung masarap pa siya actor na kapag nagawa mo na maayos na, ang layo nga sa akin ito. Parang, okay, actor na ako. Yun yung pinakamasarap na feeling sa actor, yung malayo ka rin sa character mo.
Well, I feel like I respect naman Tom Hanks' opinion, no? Kasi may point din naman, I feel like gets ko naman kung saan talaga siya nanggagaling. Pero I feel like it's really based on the treatment sa mismong kinikailangan ng pelikula. So if I just feel like kung hindi man mag-work na ganong treatment, mag-base tayo sa kailangan ng magandang performance. Minsan, it really depends on the situation. Pero I feel like at the end of the day, at the end of the film, at the end of the project, nag-end pa rin naman yun sa gusto nung vision nung filmmaker. Diba? Syempre as an actor din na parang mafe-feel mo rin naman if kung yun ba talaga yung dapat na ipinakita or papakita sa film. So, feeling ko lahat naman napag-uusapan yung mga bagay-bagay. So, yun.
Yes, actually to add to that, this question has been, kumbaga, asked from us most of the time. Direct Percy and I always try to answer it the best way we could. Of course, we value representation. Importante naman talaga yun. Pero at the end of the day, kung ano yung mas kinakailangan ng kwento, yung creative process ng lahat ng tao involved, minsan dun tayo babase talaga kung paano yung best way of telling the story. And of course, ang end goal naman talaga na nating lahat is equality, no? So, if you're going to reverse, I guess the question, are gay, the people of the community are not allowed to portray straight people? I mean, ganun din siya na bawal din ba kaya ang mga straight na gampanan ang mga LGBT characters? But at the same time, we value representation, and the Idea First company has always been actually mindful of that. We audition people from the community, but yun nga, at the end of it all, kung sino yung makakapagkwento ng maayos dun sa character na ino-audition nila. Kasi magpapa-audition tayo, mag-hire tayo someone from the community, pero mahirap naman tayo mag-hire lang from the community just because he is part of it. So it's very tricky, but at the same time, the Idea First is very mindful, and we are actually fighting for representation. Hindi lang siya sa paraan na, okay, dapat lahat dito sa project na to, dapat ganun lahat, dapat dito. Siyempre, kailangan mong i-maximize lahat ng mga projects na gagawin ng company ninyo. So like, for example, Miggy and I just finished a movie recently, yung 2 and 1, and ang partner niya doon is Paolo Pangilinan, who's actually I believe out na person. So yun. So because he is right for the role, at the same time he is part of the community. So ganun siya. Ganun ko nakikita yung but may point talaga yung sinabi ni Tom Hanks, may point yung representation, especially nagsisimula na yun siya sa Amerika, and I hope tayo kasi nagsisimula pa lang, ang layo-layo nung industry natin sa industry nila. So ang hirap din i-compare yung kung ano nangyayari sa Amerika, dapat yun din ang nangyayari din sa atin. Obviously sana dumating tayo sa puntong yun, but we are starting. Baby steps, kasi mahirap din talaga to answer that kind of question, but yeah, mindful po ang company, we are striving for it, but we also need to respect the creative process of a story or of production.
How about from a producer's perspective? Kasi, it's the most commonly asked question from us. And of course, as a member of the LGBT community, as head of the FDCP, parang, where do you find the balance? Because of course, as an actor, I would always say, syempre dun muna tayo sa skills, di ba? At right now, there's really a scarcity of actors who are even comfortable coming out and being comfortable being identified as who they are, as their preferred as their identity. So parang paano yun? Pero syempre yung minsan yung audience natin hindi nila nakikita. So producer.
Hindi ako gusto ko yung sinabi ni ano pangalan niya? Si called me by your name, Luca. Please help me pronounce the last name. Anyway, he had an interview which really, I think, encapsulated what I felt. Na parang, he says, he doesn't know what the person would choose to be in a few years' time. He doesn't know who the person is right now. Kasi hindi natin alam eh. So we should, parang that opened my eyes, na parang, you really should, parang turn a blind eye towards the personal circumstances of the person. Kasi you're hiring someone based on talent. Diba? In the same way that, and I know that this is controversial, yes, representation is important, equality for all. Those two things can sometimes contradict each other. Kasi we also don't want, producers, filmmakers to be biased against the LGBTQ community for straight roles. Kasi let's face it, there are more straight roles out there. And there are so many good LGBTQ actors and actresses out there who can play these roles, di ba? So why do we want to limit them? Di ba? So ganun rin, pag binaliktad naman natin yung equation, we also should prove na we're open. Di ba? So pagalingan na lang talaga ang labanan. Kasi at the same time, hindi mo rin alam nga talaga ang circumstances ng tao anyway. Hindi ka naman mag-background check. Wala ka namang right to impose on the person that that person has to be upfront with you sa gender identity niya, sexual orientation niya for the next 10 years. Diba? So what do you know? Kaya for me, it all boils down to talent. And I think that's the simplest thing. So when Adriana said equality for all, that really is it, equality for all, period. Diba? Pero, yun nga, I think ang importante is we should also be aware and we should celebrate pag meron naman talagang, di ba, out na actor or transgender na actress or actor who gets to portray these roles. Kasi it really is rare. I mean, that's a gem. And that doesn't happen all the time. So let's celebrate that. But it doesn't mean that we will make that happen all the time. Yeah, yun lang. Ayan.
I also want to share something. Kasi like when I did Die Beautiful, I remember nag-audition din ako for Die Beautiful, like si Paolo. And then when we chose Paolo to be the lead, that was the question. Why Paolo? Why Paolo Ballesteros? Because during that time he wasn't out. And people, and during when we presented it at the Tokyo International Film Festival, Paolo actually said I'm straight to the international press, and you respect that. And because of what he said, there were still people asking me, so why did you get him? He's not part of the community. And again, for me, it's about talent. And then, like months later, after Die Beautiful was shown and then Paolo came out, what? Does the movie have more resonance now just because he said he's gay? No, it's about the portrayal. It's about being in character. It's about presenting the truths for the community. So it doesn't matter. And even as people, sexuality is fluid. I mean, I can be gay now and next day, months from now, I can be bisexual. Ang daming so sa akin, it's always about talent.
Wesley and Terrence.
Specific.
Direct. Kayo ang nandiyan.
What's next?
Congratulations, nanalo siya ng bucket hat.
Congratulations sa bucket hat.
Meron yan. Naniniwala ako.
Maybe in the near future, baka makwento natin yung kwento nila. Yeah. Hopefully in the future. Yeah. Hindi na sabi.
Pero it's more the season, the series. Yes.
You should watch season 2. Dahil doon mas na-explore yung love team nila, yung love story nila, available on Viva Max Plus and KTX. Yan. All episodes po, nandun na po lahat. Thank you.
Alright, one more question. Sir.
Good evening. My name is Rafi Jaili. I am from Sulu. I was invited by Direk Emmanuel to watch the film. So, very inspiring in film. So I just want to ask, what are the things that were inspiring that came out from the film or after the shoot of the film? What are the inspiring things that came out when you shoot this Gameboys and after? Kasi di ba we're talking about social issues here. So baka my point is baka merong mga na-discover kayo na that came out and you incorporate that in the film. Sorry pang Miss Universe ang question ko, but sa actors din, baka there's a discovery.
Actors or yung writer po, Ash?
Okay, Ash.
Inspiration, wow. Bukod sa pera. Lagi ko nga sinasabi naman na pangarap ko talagang gumawa ng ganito, ng BL, ng gay rom-com, ganyan. So, pag tinatanong ako ano daw inspiration nung mga characters, ng story, hindi naman siya like based in real life, but the way the characters react sa mga situations, probably based on personal experience. Hindi naman siya autobiographical, pero siguro kung paano nalagay sa sitwasyon yung mga characters, minsan paano ba ako nag-react nung nilagay ako sa ganitong sitwasyon, ganun siya. And then siguro nung sinusulat ko yung scene ni Tita Susan, parang medyo galit ako nung sinusulat ko yung scene na yon, kasi kapapanood ko lang nung viral video ni Aling Susan. Hindi ko alam kung napanood niyo yun. Si Aling Susan, pag may dumadaang yung kapitbahay niyang bakla or trans yata, I'm not sure, binabato niya ng brick, gano'n. Tapos parang nung saktong sinusulat ko yung scene na yon, parang hindi ko alam, punong-puno ako ng galit. Parang wala namang ginagawa sa kanya yung taong yun. Tapos, so chinanel ko lang yung rage ko nung pinanood ko yun. And then, ayun, ang dami rin ito nagalit kay Tita Susan.
Galing niya.
Tapos, syempre, nung growing up, lagi kong pinagdadasal na sana maging straight ako, ganyan. Kasi lagi mong naririnig, di ba, sa mga matatanda na, yun nga, magpunta ka sa impyerno or hindi tama or wala ka, or pag nanonood ka na kasi ng TV, yung mga bakla, they are portrayed as laughingstock, ganyan. Never silang naging bida, ganyan. Kaya importante sa akin na, nung sa Gameboys na, kahit na parang, or kahit sa ibang mga BL na napapanood ko, na kahit alam ko na hindi sila part ng community, pero dahil sila yung bida, sila yung front and center ng story, parang sobrang nai-inspire ako. Ganun din yung gusto kong nangyari sa Gameboys. So, ayun lang siguro, kung personal inspiration.
Probably just being on set is kind of very inspiring na, especially when we were shooting the movie. Being on set, being together with my actors, with everybody from the team, was nai-inspire ako dun sa fact lang na yun na magkakasama kami. And at the same time, there was a moment when I was shooting it na parang I felt very lucky because who would have thought that a story like this not being told in mainstream cinema, ngayon nabigyan ako ng pagkakataon na ikwento to, ako yung inatasan nila. So parang I really felt so lucky na parang scared at the same time kasi I can't fuck it up, no? Kasi bihira na nga lang tayo makakita ng ganitong kwento, o siguro maraming kwento pero hindi nabibigyan ng ganitong posisyon para mapalabas in a mainstream platform. And because season 1 was successful, merong opportunity to expose or to educate people na pag pinalabas to in a mainstream platform, mas maraming makakanood. So I really felt very lucky kasi hindi lahat ng tao nabibigyan ng pagkakataon na ikwento ko kahit tong kwentong to. Kasi even people from the industry, like ako, I started doing rom-coms of straight couples. Kasi yun yung pinapanood, yun yung ipapalabas sa sinihan. Kaya nung ginagawa ko yung kwentong to, sabi ko, ang swerte ko na nabigyan ako ng ganitong material na ikukwento ko yung kwento ko, kwento ng kaibigan ko, kwento ng komunidad natin. So, yun, I just feel very, very lucky and grateful for the opportunity.
So that's it for our questions from the audience. We'll just for Direct Ivan. Start with you.
Next. Pathirsty is still streaming on Viva Max Plus. It's the spin-off series of Pearl and Achilles. Kung gusto niyo makita yung tuloy yung kwento nila, biglang magkaibigan, papalabas sa right now, it streams on Viva Max Plus worldwide. And then on June 29, papalabas na po siya sa Viva Max talaga na streaming site. And then, as I mentioned, we finished a movie with Miggy and Paolo, written by Ash as well, 2 and 1. And hopefully, sana abangan niyo yun kasi todo doon. Todo. Tinodo ni Ashton. Yan, tinodo ni Ashton, and you'll see a different Miggy. Most definitely, you'll see a different Miggy. Yun. So far, yung pa lang po. In terms of Gameboys, update naman namin kayo soon kung ano po ang pwedeng mangyari sa susunod. So, yun po. Next, Sir Ash.
Yung what's next? Magre-rebrand na po ako. Palit image na. But pareha naman kami ng project ni Ivan. Sobrang partners in crime kami. Pa-Thursday nga sa Viva Max Plus, pay-per-view ba siya, ganyan. And June 29 sa Viva Max mag-stream na siya. And soon yung 2 and 1, yung Miggy and Pao. And waiting pa po sa mga susunod na project. Ayun, ano ba? Yun, yung kanina pinag-usapan namin ni Ivan, pinapanood namin yung bed scene ni Kai tsaka ni Gab. Sabi niya, wow, parang patwitans na siya kumpara sa ayun, sa mga projects namin. Ayun, so please po, support po ninyo, and marami nag-tweet sa akin season 3 daw. Pwede namang mangyari yan, basta tuloy-tuloy po yung support namin. Ayun po.
Yun nga, same like 2 and 1, yun yung next after Gameboys basically. Also, Amoral kay Direct June. Soon din yan, kasama ko si Kokoy, Suprado, and Elores Spam. So, yun lang, congrats sa Pa-Thirsty pala. Congrats, Direct congrats sa Gameboys, Pa-Thirsty, and 2 and 1. Pero yun, I just wanna thank you guys for coming here. Sobrang na-appreciate namin yung support nyo all throughout. Malaking bagay yun sa amin. Hindi lang sa pagbibigay inspirasyon sa amin, kayo nagbibigay sa amin ng rason para magpatuloy. So maraming salamat. Thank you guys. We appreciate and love you guys. Thank you.
Ayun, what's next? Yun nga, Pa-Thirsty guys. Available sa Viva Max. At ayun, meron lang po kaming kakatapos lang din po na shoot with Direct Mac Alejandre. Kasama po si Gold Azeron tsaka si Miss Andrea Del Rosario po. Then, ayun, Pa-Thirsty. Ayun, salamat din po pala sa lahat ng pumunta. Grabe, kahit maulan, matraffic, Sunday, dapat nagpapahinga kayo ngayon. Pero sinamahan nyo kami para dito sa araw na to. Sobrang na-appreciate namin. Thank you.
I just wanna say muna, the creative consultant namin si Sir Elmer Gatchalian over there. Hi! Yan! Belated happy birthday, Sir Elmer. Of course, Pa-Thirsty, pag sinearch mo siya sa Google, naka-highlight talaga ang sex scenes, which I truly understand because conservative community. But more than that, the story is about, people trying to find love. It's about friendship. And, mga struggles as a bisexual. Yeah.
So sorry to add to that kasi gusto ko lang i-emphasize yung Pa-Thirsty. All of the characters are queer. It's a romantic comedy, friendship movie, and all of the characters are queer. So I think yun yung pinaka, I guess, quote-unquote, groundbreaking do sa pelikulang yun na lahat sila doon ay queer.
Yes.
And you won't get to see that in a mainstream platform. No? So I hope the Pride Month ngayon, supportahan natin yung Pa-Thirsty. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Ikaw pa ba direct? Ako na yung corona. But seryoso, now it's streaming via on demand pa lang siya ngayon. But then on 29th, it's going to be available for every VMAX subscriber. Also, I want to say, Big Night is coming to New York. Woo! Tapos kasing kumuna, but si Direk Jun yun nga, big night. Sobrang proud din kami sa yun. Kung napanood niyo yun, sobrang ganda talaga. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. Na-appreciate namin yung time niyo. Maraming salamat po at pinaunlakan niyo kami. Salamat. Yun lang. Thank you.
Thank you so much.